Hello and welcome to our practice. Thank you so much for bearing with me through April. I know we got a little squirrely there in our scheduling. We still have probably 2 to 3 minutes before we get going. So take this time to set your mat out, maybe grab a water, turn on some music, making your way to the mat. So if you're just tuning in, we're still getting set up, just kind of making our way to the mat, finding a spot that works for you, probably another minute or two. You can use this time to find some little movements that feel nice, or just to quiet the mind and begin tuning in. So we're still just coming to the mat, getting it rolled out, grabbing any props you might want. I'm not going to call any, but they're always welcome on the mat if they're part of your practice. Maybe another minute, maybe a little less. So start making your way to the mat. Maybe you have a water nearby or some music on. And as we set up, we're going to begin in child's pose. So you can make your way there. All right, and it's about that time. So if you haven't already, let's find our way to a child's pose. That's toes near one another, the knees near one another, or you could take the knees wide and then gently lower down. So if the knees are near one another, the belly will rest on the thighs. And if the legs are wide, you've got a little extra space to melt down. If you have a block nearby, you could rest the head on that. Or you could create a little pillow with the hands. And if child's pose doesn't speak to you today, you could just take a nice seated posture here. And then wherever you're at, start to quiet the mind, letting go of the day that you've had. Not worrying about conversations or work or errands. And not jumping forward to dinner or bedtime or what's coming later this week. Give yourself the gift of the present moment. Allow yourself to feel what it's like to be here on the mat now. Maybe you notice the texture of the mat, the air surrounding you. The sounds. Just take it all in. Connect with your environment, yourself, in the here and the now. As you draw yourself into the present moment, start to check in with the body. See how it's feeling. Relax the feet. Feel the shins on the mat. The belly on the thighs. Let the hips settle a little lower. Notice the gentle rise and fall of the back. Soften the shoulders. Relax the neck. Wherever the arms are, soften them a bit. Come to a place of ease as you deepen the breath. Notice the sound of the breath as you breathe in and out. How the breath flows through the body. See if you can match the length of the inhale to the length of the exhale, forming a balanced breath. We'll see if we can hold on to this balanced breath throughout the practice, knowing that it may get away from us from time to time, and then gently drawing ourselves back to it. As we take a few more centering breaths here, if you'd like to set an intention for class, just something that's speaking to your heart today, I welcome you to do so. It can be anything you want, maybe compassion, or kindness, or courage, whatever's on your heart. That intention can be a nice touchstone throughout the practice, giving the mind something to touch to come back to, bringing it to the breath. The head is resting on a block or the hands, gently lift it. Move the block out of the way, send the arms overhead, maybe walk the hands away from the body a little bit. Arms lifted up, feel that stretch through the shoulders. If you're seated, you can just reach the hands toward the sky. And when you're ready, on an exhale, walk the hands over to the right. Keep the hips settled low. Soften the shoulder. Allow the breath to help you create space through the left side of the body. On an exhale, come back to center and take a breath. Take the hands over to the left side, balancing out the shape. As we move throughout the practice, if we go left, we'll go right. If we go forward, we go backward. Allowing the full body to participate. Exhale the hands back to center. Inhale up. Come to tabletop. Hands are under, wrists are under shoulders, knees are under hips. Take a moment here, build your foundation, spread the fingers, Let the whole hand connect to the mat. Long line through the spine. Back is flat. Breath is steady. Stay tuned in to the breath as we begin our cat-cows. Inhaling to lower the belly and lift the gaze. Exhaling as we round, arch the back. Inhale, lower and lift. Create space between the shoulders and ears. Exhale from tailbone to crown of head. Inhale to lower. Exhale to round. And continue these cat-cows at your own breath pace for a few rounds. You can hold wherever the body needs. Take one more full round. Before meeting at our neutral spine. Keep the shoulders set over the wrists as you step the right toes back. Nice stretch through the leg. Maybe press out through the heel. Engage the core, draw the navel toward the spine as you lift the right leg. Notice if the heart starts to sink toward the mat, keep it lifted. You can stay right here, pressing out through the right heel. If you'd like to challenge your balance a bit more, we'll draw the left hand up as well. Maybe the bicep goes near the ear. Back body is strong. Inhale to reach. Exhale as you settle hand and knee. Come back to your neutral. Step the left toes back. Invite that stretch into the calf. Leg is a little active here. Strong arms as we fly the left foot. Dial the toes toward the mat. Keep that leg engaged. And if you like, you can reach the right arm up and out. Our balanced tabletop. Gaze is at the mat. Spine is long. Inhale to reach. Exhale, lower hand and knee. Take a breath. Reach the right toes back. Lift that foot and fly the leg. We'll draw the right knee in, scooping the belly as we bring the right foot forward. So a nice low lunge. Take your time getting here. We want the right knee over the ankle or a little behind it. Hips sitting as low as you like. Relaxing the hips. Hands can stay connected to the mat. If you have blocks nearby, you could use those to lift up a little bit. We'll gently draw the gaze forward. Return to the breath. to shift the hips back. Rotate onto the heel of the right foot as you come into this hamstring stretch. So sit the hips back as far as you like. You can keep a little bend at the right knee if you like. You draw the toes toward the body a bit. You'll get a nice stretch through the calf as well. Just be very mindful of how the back of the right leg is feeling. Only go as far as your body wants. Start to walk the hands forward. Right foot sets on the mat. Hands are framing the foot. We'll curl the left toes, lift that knee, runner's lunge. So we're on the ball of the left foot. Right foot is still planted down. We've got that nice stack, right knee over right ankle. Take a breath. Start to build a foundation, rooting into both feet as you bring the hands to the thigh and lift up. Draw the gaze forward. Both legs are active. One more breath here. Lower the hands back down. Set a foundation as you step the right toes back. Take a breath in high plank. Lower the knees, uncurl the toes, walk the hands back a little bit, reset in your neutral tabletop. Left toes, step back. Apply that foot. You can arch the back a little bit as you scoop the belly and bring the left foot forward. That same little series on the opposite side. So set up your low lunge. Keep the legs on skis, the body balanced. Check that stack for the left side. Gently ease into it, relaxing the hips with each exhale. Draw the gaze forward. Stay tuned in to what the body is feeling. We'll invite in that hamstring stretch. Shift the hips back. Rotate onto the left heel. This side could be a totally different experience. So only go as far as it wants. Scan from heel to hip. A little tension's all right, but if at any point you feel acute pain, something pinpointed somewhere, gently back out of the shape. That goes for here or any of the poses we'll be doing. This helps protect our body. Take your time as you transition back to your low lunge. Set the left foot down. Feel the mat beneath it. Curl the right toes. Lift that knee off of the ground. Strong legs. Core is engaged. Start start to lift up. You can always lower the knee if you like. Gaze is forward. The breath is steady. Keep the body centered. With control, start to lower the hands back to the mat. When they're solid, we'll step with the left toes back, return to our high plank, and take a breath. Start to shift the hips up and back. Down dog. You can make any little adjustments here that you need or invite in movements that feel good for the body. Be a little rotation. Maybe a pedal out of the feet. If Wild Thing is in your practice, you could invite that in. We'll be here for a few rounds of breath. Checking in with that connection to the mat. Finding a flat back as the hips lift high. Start to settle in. Walk the hands back toward the feet and come to forward fold. The head and the arms hang heavy. Let the shoulders relax. You can let the hands reach to the earth. You could grab opposite elbows to hang in ragdoll. Maybe a little bend stays at the knees. Wherever you're at, invite in a little sway. If the hands are on the mat, you can walk them a little bit side to side. If you're holding elbows, just be like a little pendulum, softly moving side to side. This doesn't have to be big movement. Keep the hips a little soft. And then slow down, come back to center. If you're holding elbows, release the hands. We'll lower the hips a bit, soften the knees, root into the feet, and roll up. Come to your standing posture, head over heart. Take a moment as the blood flow returns. Shoulders settling down the back. Tailbone draws down. Knees are soft. Solid footing. We'll inhale the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale to reach. Exhale, hands to heart center. Nice big inhale. Interlace the fingers at the top and tick-tock left and right. Your own little metronome, moving at your own pace. The weight can shift from foot to foot. Slow it down. Come to center. Release the hands, letting them come down at your side As we prepare for our balance pose, we'll do a standing head to knee. So pick which foot you'd like to be your standing foot. I'm going to go with my right to start. And we'll build a foundation through all four corners of that foot. I draw my opposite foot in a little closer. Strength builds through the supporting leg. Gaze draws forward as the spine lengthens, and we'll come onto the ball of the opposite foot. Engage the core as you lift the flying foot. Thigh parallel to the sky. Leg is at about 90. And you can stay here or tap the toes down anytime you need. Or if you'd like, you could wrap the hands around the knee, drawing that leg in a little closer. If you do so, notice if you really start to round a lot. We want to try and keep the spine long, the gaze forward, that non-moving focal point, our drishti. And again, you can stay right here. Or if you'd like, you can find the hold on the ball of the foot. You might round a little bit more here because this is a prep for sending the leg out. It may straighten, it may not. Fun place to play. Maybe you hold on to the toes with the finger. You can come in and out of it as you want. Keep a little softness in the knee of the supporting leg. Notice if you're holding the breath. It's as far as we'll take it today. So wherever you're at, take a nice big inhale. And then we'll exhale to release. Shake out the standing leg. Give the foot a wiggle. And then prepare for the other side. Set your foundation. Maybe that means you drum out the toes a little bit. Really build a connection down. Strong support as you come onto the ball of the opposite foot. Use that drishti as you lift the flying leg. Hands start at our side and they could stay there. Or you can bring hands to heart center if you're going to just let that foot fly here, challenging your balance, building a little strength. Or you can wrap the hands around the knee and draw that leg in closer. Totally optional. Continue to breathe. Keep your focus. Whole body is participating. Maybe you grab the ball of the foot. Maybe you start to send that leg out. Playing with your hold. Choose to hold the foot or send that leg out. Really be mindful of your balance. We can get so focused on one thing that we neglect the whole and potentially topple over. So just be careful. Building and growing while staying connected to our foundation. And take one more breath wherever you're at. And on an exhale, release that leg down, shake out the standing leg. Nice work. From the back of our mat, we'll set the feet and then move the left foot forward. So the feet are 2 to 3 feet apart. Toes are forward, hips are square to the front edge of the mat. Hands to hips as we lengthen the spine. Lead with the heart as you hinge forward. Coming into our pyramid. Allow the gaze to move with you. So it might end up on the earth a few feet in front of the mat or even down at the mat. Try to keep a flat back. Hands can stay at hips. You could interlace the hands behind you. A nice way to draw the shoulder blades together. You can bring hands to heart center. Find what works for you. We'll take a generous bend in the left knee and press it up. Left foot stays as we bring the right forward. Again, about 2 to 3 feet. Feet are on skis, solid foundation. Both feet firmly rooted down. Draw energy up through the spine. And then gently hinge forward. As you come into your pyramid, notice if the hips start to shift out. If they do, gently square them up. Only go as far as your body wants. That could be 10 degrees. It could be a full 90. You can keep a little bend at the knee if needed. Keep the breath steady. Generous bend in that right knee as we press up. Step the left foot up to meet it. We're now at the front of our mat. Find your Tadasana, feet about hip width distance apart. Stack the spine as we prepare for a really slow sun A. Inhale the arms. We'll meet with the arms stretched overhead. Standing tall. Exhale to forward fold. You can swan dive down if you like. We'll let the head hang heavy here. Gravity lengthening our spine. On an inhale, engage the core as you come up to half lift. Got a little close to the door there. There we are. Hands to shins or thighs. Navel draws into the spine. On an exhale, fold down. Take a breath. We'll plant the hands. Step one foot back and then the other. Nice and easy through this first sun A. We're in our high plank. You can stay lifted or you can put both knees down at the mat. Use the triceps as you lower down, moving through chaturanga to the belly. Uncurl the toes. Inhale up to your cobra. That could be a baby cobra, somewhere in between. Maybe an up dog if you're feeling spunky today. Nice deep stretch through the front midline. With control, lower down. Curl the toes, press up to tabletop, and then draw the hips up and back, down dog. So that tabletop is our transition, always available to you, even if I don't call it. We'll hold here for a few breaths. Keep the fingers connected to the mat. On an inhale, draw the gaze forward. Exhale as you bring the feet to the front of the mat. Forward fold. We'll take a breath. Inhale to half lift. The back body is feeling strong today. You could do airplane arms. Taking them out at our side. Exhale as we release. We'll use a big inhale to draw us all the way up. Reach it tall. And exhale, hands to heart center. We'll use a vinyasa to help us journey down. Inhale the arms up. Exhale as we forward fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, release. Plant the hands, step it back. Find your plank. Lower down. Elbows brush the ribs. Uncurl the toes. Inhale to your cobra. Exhale, release. Curl the toes. Press the hips up and back. Down dog. We'll lower the knees, uncurl the toes, hips to heels, child's pose. Taking just a couple of breaths here. Return to the mat. Keep a steady breath as you walk the hands toward the knees, lifting up. We'll rotate onto a hip and swing the legs forward. Find the seat somewhere in the middle of the mat. Both legs reaching out in front of us. Soles of the feet shine away from the body. We'll inhale the arms up, long spine. Exhale to forward fold, finding a hold on the feet, the ankles, the mat. As you come into your Paschimottanasana, our nice seated forward fold. Maybe there's a little bend at the knees. Check in with the low back. See if you're rounding a lot there. If you are, give the spine a little length. Help protect the low back. On an inhale, we'll lift up. We'll slide the left leg in. Let that knee fall open. Sole of the foot connects to the extended leg. Sit up tall. Angle over the extended leg and gently fold down. Again, you can find whatever hold speaks to you. The gaze going toward the extended leg. Let the head and the shoulders relax a bit. Loosen the hips. Our Janu, our single-legged forward fold. Start to walk the hands in as you lift up. We'll help the left knee up. Send that leg away as you draw the right leg in. Let that knee open. Reset. Let the sit bones be connected to the mat. Lengthen the spine. Angle and fold. Come into your Janu. Mindful of the movements. Checking in from the heel through the calf. Pass the knee into the hamstring. Into the hips. The low back. All the way through back body to the shoulders and the head, which is melting a little closer to the extended leg. Let the upper body grow a little heavier. Invite in that ease as we take 2 more breaths here. Inhale as you lift up. Help the right knee up. Extend that leg long and start to open the legs wide. Same go as wide as you like. We'll sit up tall and then walk the hands away, folding forward. Maybe the forearms rest on the mat, maybe they don't. You can let the hands be in front of you, or you could take the hands out to the ankles or the feet. Maybe there's a little bend at the knees. Check in with the hips, the inner thighs. Start to walk the hands in as you lift up. Fold one leg in and then the other, bringing the soles of the feet near one another. Maybe they touch, maybe they don't. Heels can be as close into the body or as far away as you need, making a little diamond here in bound angle. You can stay right here, maybe even bouncing the legs a bit. If you'd like to deepen the stretch through the hips, we'll lead with the heart, taking it toward the feet. I like to hold on to my ankles and gently press on the legs with my elbows, but if that's not serving you, you could tuck the arms in, maybe even hold on to the feet or give yourself a little foot rub here. Settle into your shape. Let the legs grow a little heavier. One more breath here. Inhale to rise. Help the legs together. And then lower down. Let the back body come onto the mat. The head finding a spot to rest, the shoulders connecting down, the spine slowly connecting. Low back on the mat. The soles of the feet stay grounded. Take a breath. Walk the feet in a little closer. Arms down alongside body, palms into the mat, thumbs touching hips as we prep for bridge. When you're ready, gently draw the hips up as you come onto the shoulder shelf. A little tuck of the chin toward the heart. If you feel any pinching in the neck, gently lower down. See if you can keep the knees in alignment with the hip points. And then lower one vertebrae at a time. Return the back to the mat. When the back body is settled, take the feet wide and let the knees gently windshield wiper side to side, hips lifting with this gentle rotation. Heart stays open to the sky. Slow it down. Bring the feet back to center. We'll draw the right knee in as we slide the left heel away, our half wind relieving pose. Notice the similarity between this and that part of our standing head to knee. There are a lot of postures that mirror one another in our practice. A nice way to build body awareness as we notice the similarities and the differences. We'll give this knee a little squeeze. Send that leg up to about 90, and with the left hand on the right knee, guide it over as you rotate into your supine twist. If you like, you can tuck the left leg up under the right for a little external support. The hips are gently stacked here, rotating through the torso as we open the heart to the sky. Maybe reach the arms out to a T here. You can take little cactus arms. Feel the breath in the ribs. With control, rotate back to center. Slide the left foot in. Let the spine be long on the mat. And then draw the left knee in. Slide the right heel away, deepening the stretch through the hips. Head and shoulders stay resting on the mat here. Return to the breath. Feel the belly press into the thigh with the inhale. The softening that comes with each exhale. Give this leg a little squeeze. Send it to 90. Right hand guides left knee over. Rotating into our supine twist. The left heel can be tucked in as close to the body or sent as far away as you need. The left leg could even be straight here. If reaching the arms out to that T or cactus arms isn't speaking to you, you could leave the right hand on the left leg, maybe left hand on the ribs, feeling the breath, inviting in that twist, left shoulder journeying toward the mat, though it doesn't have to connect. Find that place of ease. On your next inhale, rotate back to center. Square the body toward the sky as you bring the right foot in to match the left. And then draw both knees into the chest. Nice full body hug. You can stay in stillness here. You could rock a little side to side. Yogi's choice. If you're rocking, come back to center. We'll hold on to each knee with its respective hand. Give the legs a little squeeze and then send the heels up. Soles of the feet shine toward the sky. Little legs up the wall. Hands can be on the legs, a little external support, or you could rest the arms alongside body. Start to bend the knees. Bring the legs to about 90. Take a moment. And then send the heels up. Bend at the knees. We'll move beyond the 90. See if you can tap the toes down. And then draw the feet back up. Once more, bend at the knees. Nice and controlled. We'll tap the toes down. Bring the legs back up. Take a breath. And then with control, you can do this legs long or you can bend and extend. Either way, we'll take the legs down to the mat, sending them long as we come into our Shavasana, our final resting place for the day. For this practice, finding a comfy spot. That could be legs extended, arms long at your side, or you could take this in a supine bound angle, or maybe even just on a side, resting the head on an arm. Whatever is speaking to you today, find that place. And settle in. Soften the gaze. So we bring awareness back to the present moment. Feel the ground beneath you. The air around you. Notice any little sounds that pop up in your environment. Allowing all of this to keep you present. Relax the feet. Let the ankles be loose. The legs grow heavier. Soften the belly as you return to your natural breath. chest relax. The arms be soft. Let go of any tension that you're holding in the neck. Create a little space between the teeth as you loosen the jaw. Unfurrow the brow as you relax the cheeks and maybe close the eyes. Starting to block out the exterior world as you turn inward. Connecting to your experience of the practice, to the intention that you set for class. The thoughts may pop up. And if they do, that's all right. Know that you don't have to hold on to any one of them. Let them be like clouds in the sky, gently passing, all different sizes and shapes, same as our thoughts. Let them pass as you stay present, inviting in a little stillness as we take the next few moments in silence for ourselves. I'll hold the space and let you know when it's time to come up. Stay resting here in your Shavasana as long as you like. But if you're ready, we'll start to invite back in gentle movements. Curling the fingers, wiggling the toes. Gently send energy back out into the body, growing these movements a little larger, When you're ready, if you like, you can draw both knees into the chest, finding that full body hug once more. And maybe rest right here. Or maybe rotate on to a favorite side, stacking the hips and resting the head. And wherever you're at, we'll take a moment to thank our body for all that it has done for us today and all that it does for us every day. Offer the body support as you gently lift up, letting the light back in as you find a comfortable seated spot. We'll draw hands together at heart center to seal in our practice, remembering that we can take what we practice here on the mat out into the world with us. I encourage you to take kind thoughts, kind words, and kind intentions with you from now until we meet again. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me in my practice today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you back on the mat next Monday. Again, I greatly appreciate your patience as April was a little bit of a madhouse with scheduling, but hopefully we're back to a more routine practice. I'll see y'all next week.